I want to thank you for 200 followers. Now imagine if we have 200 newtons of load in our problem. Now before you do the calculation part, first you're going to do a free body diagram model. Now this free body diagram helps you visualize on what is going on in our problem. For example, the x cos and y sin on other problems it's actually reversed. So y cos and x sin. Please do research on that because in this scenario we're going to do x cos and y sin. Now after the free body diagram, we're going to do the calculation part. Now we're going to make the equation for x and y. Now analyze on what forces contributes to x and y. So in our x right over here we have t1 and t2, but since t1 is going on the left side it's negative, but in some videos it's actually straight like this. T2 is equals to T1 is actually the same because later we're just going to put T1 on the other side. Same to this equation over here. T3 is negative. So since our load is already in newtons, so we're going to just put it straight up, negative 200. So again, y sin and x cos, right? So T1 basically like this, same to cosine. Theta is basically the angle. And then we're going to put T3 on the other side. Then after that, same to T2. Now, in these problems, if we have two equations, we're going to merge them. Now, to merge them, we're going to isolate T2 over here in x. So it's easier. Now, to isolate T2, we're just going to divide it to cosine 53. Now, this is the part when it depends on your professors and teachers. Now, some professor or teachers, it ask him, her about the decimal points and how many decimals you should use, because it's important. Promise. In physics, there are a lot of uncertainties, so it's the best for you to ask on how many decimals placements should you use. If it's two right like this, we're going to round it off. And also the round off part, ask your teachers or professors if you need to round it off, because it really depends on your educators, right? But in this scenario, we're going to round it off and use 2 decimal placements. So we have T2, right? Now it's easier for us to merge it now. I'm just going to put T2 over here. Now we're going to multiply it. We want to simplify it. Then to isolate T1, to find the value of it, we're just going to isolate it, divide it by 1.66. So if we run it off, it's basically just the same. Maybe let's erase it. And now since we have the value of T1, we're just going to plug it here and then multiply it. 16. 238. So let's round it off to 4. So there we have it. So T3, T1, and T2. So in conclusion, So in conclusion, when it comes to decimal places and roundoffs, ask your professor first on how many should you use, because some professors prefer 5 decimals, some professors prefer just only 1 decimal. So it really depends. And also ask for the roundoff. Like if you are going to round off only the final answer or round off it as you are solving it. And for the x cos and y sin, it depends on the equation or the problem. Because in some scenarios, as what I said earlier, y cos and x sin, so you have to analyze on what is going on. I might do my research after this, so this is my insight on it, and this is how I solve this problem. And if you are a teacher or an educator, or even a student like me, if you find any mistakes, please feel free to like comment it or correct me. I'm very open to that. So there's nothing wrong with it. So please, if there's something wrong, comment it us up, because I'm going to delete the video. I don't want to spread misinformation. Okay, so I hope you learned something in this, and also thank you for 200 followers.